Holiday horror is here yet again, this time in the form of satanic murders in the newest addition to Shudder, The Sacrifice Game. A group of murderers are on a rampage, and they have a reason for their killings. All of this culminates when the group known as the Christmas Killers arrives at a boarding school on Christmas Eve. There, they encounter two teenagers and a school teacher who have stayed behind during the holiday break rather than leave to be with their families. The Christmas Killers decide to make these people their next victims. Why are the Christmas Killers on a murdering spree? The satanic group of murderers labeled the Christmas Killers have been on a killing spree since December 22, 1971. They have been targeting married couples and leaving their houses covered in bloodshed. They also slice pieces of skin off their victims. In doing so, they plan to practice a ritual that summons a demon from hell. The last stop on their killing spree is the boarding school that Clara and Samantha are staying at. Why are Clara and Samantha staying at the school during winter break? Samantha is told by her father that she will be spending time there during the holiday season. Her father is very neglectful due to the passing of her mother. We learn this in the scene that takes place on Christmas Eve when Samantha meets Clara in the basement. Clara's reasoning behind her being there is a little unclear at the time, but the payoff is revealed shortly. Clara seems to just never leave the school, despite vacations and summer breaks. She comes off as the outcast girl, so we just kind of forget about it for a bit. What is Maisie's connection to the school? Maisie once roamed the halls of Black Veil boarding school. We learn this upon the killer's arrival, and they barge in and take the girls hostage. When the leader of the group, Jude, lines Clara, Samantha, and the teacher staying with them, Rose. He plans to kill one of them as a sacrifice to summon the demon. He kills Rose, and the attempt fails. The group of killers are confused as to why nothing came of it. Maisie decides to go to the basement to uncover the book in which the spell to summon the demon from hell sits. It's a book that we saw Clara playing with earlier. As Maisie and Jude make their way into the basement, Clara begins to speak with the other killers who are watching guard. She confidently speaks to them, almost casting a spell on one of them. As this is going on, Maisie looks through an old yearbook that Jude gave her. She spots something over the course of looking at that one and a few other yearbooks. Clara is in it, and she does not seem to have aged. So, who is the real demon? Clara is the real demon who roams the halls of Black Veil boarding school. And she has pretty much sat back and watched these killers make a failed attempt at summoning a demon who was already there all along. She's bound to the building, and she turns the tables on them as her demonic forces are now free. We learn that years ago she had black magic used against her by the town the school is in to bind her to the building. But when these killers arrived to summon the demon, she patiently waited to use their own medicine against them. Does Samantha help Clara? As Clara picks off the killers one by one, it ends with Samantha reluctant to call authorities due to what's happening at the school. She ends up in a situation where it comes down to killing Maisie or killing Clara. She chooses to end Maisie's life and let Clara run off free with her now that she is no longer bound to the halls of Black Veil. Clara offers to have Samantha come with her. Oddly, this demon is the closest friend she's had since her mother's death, and her father doesn't seem to really want her. She leaves her old life behind and escapes with Clara before the police can discover what really happened.